but I'm excited to say that I have made.
So I'm here for a special challenge because Odds Monkey want to see if a complete beginner can go from nothing to £500 profit using their product in just 30 days. Now I believe it's totally possible, so I've got Hannah here with me who's willing to document the entire journey. So Hannah, you've got 30 days to make £500 with the help of Odds Monkey. Do you accept this challenge?
I do, but I am nervous.
It's okay, don't worry, you're in capable hands. Head over to Odds Monkey and sign up for an account now. We'll get you started and I'll catch up with you in a few days.
Okay, well, I've accepted the challenge now. I'm a little bit apprehensive because I've never done this before.
Which is absolutely fine because the tutorials on the site are designed specifically so anybody can do it.
Okay, well, here goes. So this is my first evening where I'm going to be working through my Odds Monkey sign-up offers. Now, I've just had a quick look at the website. It is quite overwhelming just because there are so many different sign-up offers. There's lots of videos to watch, so I'm going to settle in for the night. Although I'm really eager to just get started, but I'm going to definitely take my time. But I'm excited to do it. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing for the evening, and I will keep you updated.
So if we wind back a second to give you a little context here.
Have you done any match betting before?
No, I haven't, but that sounds really good. But like I said, I've never done it before, so what happens?
Sure, so typically a bookmaker will offer a free bonus bet if you fulfill criteria such as signing up. So if you were to take two different bookmakers, place bets against each other on the same outcome, one bet for it to happen, one bet against it to happen, there's obviously no risk in doing that and you're left with the free bonus coupon.
And that's the key point here because that's where the profits are going to come from throughout this challenge.
Good morning, good morning. This is my third diary entry, I do believe it is now. So I'm still ticking away at a couple of the sign-up offers. As mentioned before, I didn't qualify for a few of the good ones, which is a shame because I already had accounts for, but I'm excited with these. But yeah, it's going really well. I just have to keep making sure that I look over the videos and all of the instructions because I have found that I get a bit too excited and I want to crack on and do my bets and then I miss out on things. And also, actually, I'm starting to do the casino offers, which has been good, but there's so many. But again, it's really important that you read through because otherwise you miss things. And I will catch up with you very soon.
So at this point, it seemed like Hannah had started to get the hang of the process. As long as she stayed on course with the system, there wouldn't be any risks, as I previously explained before the challenge.
What are the risks involved?
The only risk involved is if you make a mistake whilst carrying out the process, but obviously with Odds Monkey, it's there to take you from start to finish, step by step.
So I was keen to catch up with Hannah at the halfway point and see how she was finding things. Day 15, halfway through the challenge, how have you been getting on?
It's been good. I've had some little problems on the way. I think mainly just because I'm still a bit uncertain. I've done all my qualifying bets, but then when they settle, for me, it was figuring out where all my money was. I think organisation-wise, I definitely need to be a bit more organised.
So the biggest obstacle you really had is managing the funds between the different accounts rather than the actual process, is that right? Or
yeah, I think as well as that being an issue, it's sort of a thing of like, oh my God, is my money safe? Putting that money in to markets first of all, then when it goes and you think, oh wait, it's not gone back in, then you have to remember it's somewhere else. Just sort of.
Of course. So it's I mean, in terms of liability, you're always covered. It's just where it is, and then a case of transacting between the two. So, sounds like you've got over that initial anxiety that you had on day one. And regarding the videos and the tutorials you briefly mentioned there, how did you find them?
Yeah, good. Do you know what the problem is with me? And I mean, maybe some people have this too. I'm a doer. So I'd watched the video and I was just so eager I wanted just to get on with it.
Did you not? Yeah. Were you not tempted just to pause it and then and then do a bit by bit?
I did. I did, but like, it's just that you watch videos and you think, oh God, I just want to get going.
Okay, so it sounds like you've been getting on quite smoothly with it overall. How did you find the software and the matcher? Because I know on first glance, you look at all those numbers and different columns and it's just, it feels a bit overpowering for most people.
Yeah, good. The saying of practice makes perfect. Like the more you do it, the more you get used to it and then you get familiar with the site.
It sounds like you're speeding up a little bit. Dare I ask how much you've made so far at the halfway point?
So it's now about 120, which I'm quite pleased with. I just had to wait a good few days for some of my bets to qualify. I realised in hindsight now I should have placed my bets that would have ended sooner, whereas I was placing bets that maybe took a good 6 days, especially with football and things like that.
So when you say it took 6 days, though, you mean it took 6 days to have the bets settled and get the free bet credits, rather than the actual process? Because who'd want to spend 6 days? How much time have you actually spent on the actual process segment, rather than the waiting element, if that makes sense?
Well, in the beginning I was spending a bit more because it was the videos and I wanted to double check I was doing it correctly. So I'd say in the end maybe 2.5 hours, but then you end up enjoying it. So I was like, well, I like this.
Sure. No, I get what you're saying, and obviously you're mixing learning along with actually doing the process because you've never done it before. If you can find ways to work that into your day, I think that's probably the most beneficial thing you can do to make it, low stress, a lot easier, and still get the returns a little bit in the morning, a little bit in the evening, and that's usually the best way forward. But it sounds like everything's going quite smoothly, so I won't take all your time. If we can just catch up in another 15 days and see where you're at. Good luck.
Perfect. Thank you.
Right, an update on how the casino offers have been going. I am so annoyed at myself. This is where I was so frustrated at myself. I got a bit too carried away. What you can do with casino offers, you can play blackjack single deck, which I find really, really fun. I won a lot and then I kept saying, okay, I'm gonna just see if I can double it again. So I ended up eating into my £10 that I wagered, and I shouldn't have done that. I just got too excited. I'm just so annoyed at myself.
Remember, when you're match betting, it's important that you stick to the plan and avoid taking risks.
Oh, I'm so annoyed at myself.
So I guess the question at this point is, will Hannah recover from her mistakes and hit that £500 target by day 30? So here we are, day 30. Before we go into the big reveal, Hannah, just let me know, how have you got on the last 15 days?
Actually, do you know what? I feel so much more confident with what I'm doing, especially when I spoke to you, 15 days ago, and I'm pleased definitely with how far I've come. I could nearly be an expert.
And so, okay, that sounds great, but so last time we spoke, you was a little bit concerned about having funds tied up in different accounts, or maybe not concerned, but you was a little bit, it sounded almost frustrated because it was slowing you down. How have you been getting with that? Have you found a better way of structuring it around things, or?
Yep, so I've got my spreadsheet, my Odds Monkey spreadsheet, putting down what I've deposited, what money's come in, and then visually I know where everything is. So it's just for me about organised and just knowing exactly what's going on, really.
Sure, yeah, and then obviously you've got the Odds Monkey calendar there as well to take the low-hanging fruit first, if that makes sense. Have you hit any other problems en route whilst in that second segment?
Some of the sign-up offers were really, really great, but I'd already had accounts with them, so I missed out on about 5 of those, which was a shame, because if I hadn't had accounts with those, I would have probably had like an extra £200. So it would be definitely great if people don't have accounts, because they have got so much to enjoy when they sign up. But apart from that, actually, it's been quite plain sailing, and now it's just in the enjoying process, now that I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I think that's the main obstacle for a lot of people when they first start match betting. Obviously, there's so much risk aligned with gambling, but we're not actually gambling here. We're just looking to hedge that profit elsewhere, or close out that liability elsewhere, so it isn't actually at risk.
Yeah, exactly. Once you get over that, you think, no, it's fine. And then when you see the bet settle and then your money comes back, then you think, oh yeah. It's just that mind over matter thing getting over with to begin with.
Sure. Do you think that now, if you were to start now with the knowledge and sort of the experience you've had over the last month, I know it's still quite early, that you would have managed to have been more efficient with it and made more money then? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, definitely. I think as well, I think what's so important is that you make sure you watch all the videos as well. You know exactly what you're doing, and then you don't make any little mistakes on the way or anything like that. And I think because you can fit it in any point in your schedule, you have actually got time to research it. There is so much information on the Odds Monkey site that you can really fill your brain with knowledge before you get stuck in. There's no rush. Do you know what I mean? There's no time limit of when you have to get started. So I definitely say, in hindsight, I should have just been like, right, let's just make sure we know exactly what we're doing before we get excited and rush straight into it.
So before we get to the final result then, what advice would you give to yourself to make it a lot easier and obviously make more money quicker?
So number one, wish I'd never opened up any other accounts so I could completely take advantage of all the sign-up offers, because there's so many great ones. But I would open my spreadsheet and my calendar, so I'd have those ready. First of all, that would be my step-by-step. And then what I would do is I'd say to myself, I'm not opening any accounts yet. I'm going to watch all the videos. I think I've said to you before that I like to do as I go along, so maybe just pause the video, have a go, and then go back to it. But just make sure that I read everything. And what I would do is I would actually deposit more money into Smarkets, because sometimes if I bet with the horses, the odds change quicker. As opposed to football. So if I was doing the horses, the odds would change quicker, and then I get at the sign saying you don't have enough liability on the exchange. So then that makes more time for me to have to go and deposit, and then I've lost my price with the horses.
You got it. You sound. You're talking like a pro already. You've obviously spent plenty of time doing this.
Yeah.
But people target football on the weekend sometimes because there's half decent offers, and like you say, the odds don't move as quick as a horse race at the end there. But the horse racing, obviously, the benefit is you can turn those bets over a lot quicker and cash out those free bets a lot faster too. So moving on to the final result then. Come on, let's hear it. How much have you made?
Oh, okay. I'm actually really surprised at myself, considering before we had our first catch-up call, I'm not going to lie to you, and I don't think I told you at the time, I think day 8, I was only on £8, and I was thinking, how possibly can I do this? But I'm excited to say that I have made £315.
That's a really good result considering it's your first 30 days at doing this, so well done there. Now there is a twist here, and you don't know about this, so I'm going to reveal this in just a second. But before I do, I should say that anyone watching the video, there's a link in the description down below for a free trial to the Odds Monkey if you want to try that out. So for being such a good sport, Hannah, Odds Monkey have agreed to match the amount that you've made over the 30-day challenge and donate it to a charity of your choice. So I'm going to put you on the spot here now. If you've got a charity that you'd like to make that donation to.
That's amazing. Okay, I'd really like to donate it to the British Thoroughbred Retraining Centre. So I actually visited them a couple of months ago, and I did a video all about their process. So what they do is they rehome and retrain racehorses after they've retired and find them new homes and disciplines. And yeah, they've been looking to raise money, and in the summer they put a tweet up saying that they were struggling and they really need help. So that is amazing. I'd love to donate it to them. That'd be great.
Oh, wicked. Well, we'll get that sorted out. But that's amazing. It sounds like a worthy cause and very relevant to what you've been doing over the last 30 days. Well done once again. Thanks for being such a good sport. Could you have made more in your first month? Let us know in the comments and join over 300,000 people that have used Odds Monkey since 2011.